Why are we acting like Rui Hachimura is going to take the Lakers to the championship? This guy has gotten worse every year. My goodness, talk about a bust. The fact that we got fleeced like that in another trade with the Lakers after what we saw with Thomas Bryant happen blows my mind. Does our GM have dementia? I don't know what's going on. Let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. The squad rides are 35 and 21, and tomorrow they're going to be 36 and 21. College of Charleston, they win big. Book that shit. They're fucking winning huge.
I've talked about it a million times. Baylor's guards can't guard a park car. I just think this Baylor defense is going to get absolutely shredded.
What? You have 10 U's on the Sens, bro?
Ready? Here we go.
Oh, my God.
There it is.
There you go.
Plus 115.
Unbelievable.
Boom. You know why? Because I trust the squad ride and that shit prints. What is going on, ladies and gents? Happy Monday, BTL episode 166 piece presented by Pickett Sports. Jovan, hope you had a great weekend, my man.
I did.
Good. Hope you had a better weekend than Mike Miles. We need to talk about him a little bit. Got a little banged up.
Yeah, that one hurt a little bit.
That could be an issue.
It could be. I'm a little worried.
That could be an issue down the line, for sure. Let's hope he gets a speedy recovery going here. Obviously, guys, heck of a weekend. Pat yourselves on the back. All right. Hope you guys cashed out as much as we did. Jovan, I haven't really checked in with you, but I'm sure you did just fine this weekend.
Did all right. Not great, not terrible. Could have done a little better on some props, but it is what it is. I think we got some good matchups going forward, at least for CBB props. So I'm pretty excited for this week.
Good. Sharps grubbed all week and weekend. Yes, sir. Great weekend. 18-5. That'll pay. But that was this weekend. Who gives a hoot about the records? All we care about is finding winners today. Well, good thing there's a couple games that I love personally, and I hope you got some too, Jovan. I know you got a couple up your sleeve. All right. Look, we got a couple things to talk about from this weekend, though. We got to talk about who's hot, who's not in CBB. All right. And we want to go over some stuff for this week in CBB as well. Now that NFL, unfortunately, is winding down, shout out the NFC conference rounds, right? Conference championships this weekend. We can talk about those for a second. But with that winding down, we got CBB, main focus going forward. So, hey, that's not a problem for me. All right. Am I sad that NFL is going? Yeah, I am. But it was a great year. And you know what? It'll return. All right. We'll be okay. We got to lock in on CBB. All right. I hope you guys have been paying attention. Okay. Have I slept at all? Not really, man. Trying to find winners.
Yeah,
right?
You got time to sleep.
We got the XFL coming back. Sure.
There we go.
XFL returns. We've got some incredible. We got some incredible games this week in CBB as well. Real quick, though, Jovan, let's talk about the conference championships. Let's talk about the Chiefs. And let's talk about how Chris Jones took that personally and didn't really like the way the Bengals were talking. I think the rest of the team kind of followed suit. Chris Jones is a leader of men. Chris Jones knows how to motivate. Chris Jones did a great job going up there on that podium, not being a dickhead, not being a jackass, and just, letting the people know what's upsetting him and what's on his mind, right? Burrowgate. Sounded like he couldn't stop thinking about it. And you know what? He played like it too. He played absolutely incredible. I think he had at least two sacks. That D-line absolutely grubbed, and it was no contest. Look, I know, Mahomes was banged up. The Chiefs limped through the second half. You could say the refs got involved, whatever. Sure. There he is. But look, Pat Mahomes was never losing that game. Andy Reid was never losing that game. All right? You can say you want about the refs. You can say you want about how that game, ended up. Holy shit, Herbert to the Manders. Sure. You can say, you can bitch about the refs all you want. Andy Reid wasn't losing that game. All right? Mahomes wasn't losing that game 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
Okay? Just wasn't happening.
Wasn't going to happen.
What was your takeaway from that game? Are you thinking the Chiefs got one more in them? Or does that seem like that might have been it? And maybe the Eagles. I mean, we could talk about the line flip, but Eagles look like they're getting out of that thing unscathed. They're brushing off. Chiefs are coming out of that thing with fucking battle wounds and missing limbs and shit. Like war type. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do they have one more in them, Jovan?
That's the problem. I mean,
what do you think?
It's tough to say because, I mean, I want to check on, obviously, how injured they are coming out of that game, because if Mahomes' options are gone with Tony and gone with Hardman, it's probably going to be really hard for him to win that game, especially if the D-line for the Eagles, which probably is going to be really, really good, is really good. And he's going to have really nobody to resort to other than MVS, who already had his legacy game, and then obviously Kelsey's the fallback guy. But other than that, yeah, Juju got hurt too, 100%. So got to check on those guys. see how healthy they are. That was kind of my takeaway. Like, I do think they have one more in them, but if they're not healthy enough to do it, I'd be a little concerned. I'm interested to see what storylines we kind of get throughout the whole week too, because there's obviously, you got the fun ones like the Kelsey Bowl, you got the Reed going to beat the Eagles or lose the Eagles, whatever. But I don't know. I don't know what the public narrative is going to be here, whether it's the Eagles kind of just getting a cakewalk to the Super Bowl, which they kind of did, or Mahomes just being super injured and the rest of the team being super injured. So trying and be reactive to that.
Let me know if you guys can hear this or not.
This beautiful trophy. Huh? Hey, I got some wise words for that Cincinnati mayor. Know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni.
Know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni.
You're right.
If you don't love Travis Kelce, you got something wrong with you.
Congratulations, Kansas City. The Chiefs are the...
If you don't like Travis Kelce, you got something wrong with you. Figure it out.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right, grow up. Long overdue. I hope you guys could hear it. I think you could. I'm sure as hell you'd be bitching about it if you could. So good. Making sure all this stuff is working. But man, that one seemed personal. And look, we know that every game's personal. We know these guys don't fuck with each other. They're rivals, right? We're going to be hearing these guys go back and forth for the next couple years, I'd imagine. I don't think it's done yet. And that's good for football. That's fine by me. But my goodness, that one was personal. And, Travis Kelce with the hurt back went out there, showed heart, played great. Mahomes on one leg went out there, showed heart, played great. They got it done. And Andy Reid's still the GOAT. Do I think they win this coming weekend? We can get to that in a second. Let's talk about the other game.
Yeah.
49ers, a little disappointing with the injuries and stuff. Who knows if they would have had a chance. Fake catches in the beginning of the game that helps, giving them 50 yards, whatever. That's on Kyle Shanahan. Throw the fucking challenge flag, buddy. That's your job. So I don't blame the refs, whatever. I blame luck, I guess, chance, whatever. I mean, every QB that went in got hurt. It is what it is. So we move. We never really had a chance. I'm happy I hedged. On the Eagles. I don't know if the 49ers being healthy would have even made a difference. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's beating the Eagles right now. And that it hurts me to say because I'm rooting against them harder than most. I really don't care for this team and organization and Jalen Hurts. I really don't care for any of these guys. I don't. But you know what? I don't really see anybody beating them. And that line flip from +2 to -2 for the Eagles looks oddly similar to what we saw in Burrowgate this past weekend.
Yeah, that worked out.
We know what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not really worried because I think it's kind of the same thing of like my initial reaction to the line flip because it's sharp money's obviously going to pound the side that doesn't have their entire team status up in the air with a bunch of injuries. So like, not that it's not important, but it's kind of what I'm attributing it to. So I'm not necessarily worried as a Chiefs future ticket holder quite yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this Eagles team, they're definitely the healthiest team by a pretty wide margin of pretty much anybody that would face at this point, whether it ended up being the Bengals or really anybody else coming out of the AFC if they made it there. But it's tough. It's tough to imagine that. I don't know if the Niners being healthy would have changed that game completely, but
I don't think it would have been.
It certainly would have been a much, much different game. I mean, people forget, like a lot of people were talking about the Eagles just dominated that game. Dominated the second half. It was 7-7, middle of the second quarter, which you want to talk about the catch, you want to talk about a couple, like right when the injury happened and it came out, much different after that. So like would have been a much closer game for sure. But I mean, you want to talk about a cakewalk, getting to beat Daniel Jones and the Giants and then Josh Johnson / no quarterback to go to a Super Bowl is crazy.
Yep. That definitely helps. They definitely got a good draw, to say the least. Not having to play the Bengals in general already gives you a good draw. And they had, 2 easy games. Right? Yeah. I'm with you. Who do you got? Who do you got in 2 weeks? Who wins?
I can't really be unbiased, though, with the thing, because I really want to see the Chiefs win. Not just for my own futures, but I mean, I just don't like the Eagles either. I really don't. So, like, I can't really give an unbiased take until I see kind of how the line settles out with all of the injuries and everything, and what kind of moves with that though.
Well, I'll tell you what. If the line stays here, barring any crazy moves or whatever, and the splits end up being relatively okay or 50-50-ish, I don't really see how the Eagles don't win. Putting Patrick Mahomes as a dog in the Super Bowl, I don't care if he's got no legs. Catches my eye.
Well, I mean, just to, I guess, play devil's advocate, what happened when, the Eagles D-line, obviously fantastic. The Chiefs O-line is much better than it was that year.
Mm-hmm.
It was very injured, but what happened the last time? There were a bunch of injuries to an offense in the Super Bowl. They got dominated by this team. So, I mean, that could possibly be a narrative that we hear kind of affecting where the public goes to. So that's why I'm not 100% sold on any move just yet.
Okay. You guys want to know what the splits are right now? Not really shocking. Eagles are getting hammered. It's so early, though. But Eagles are getting, 70% of bets and handle on the spread. And they're getting
it's an interesting
45%
question.
of bets, but 60% of handle on the ML. So some sharp splits on the ML. Everyone and their mother's on them on the spread. Not shocking. Hence why the line flipped 4 points overnight. Not overnight. Kind of right as the line dropped within 30 minutes. So if you got the Chiefs at plus money, good for you. If you didn't, you're probably going to be an Eagle with me. Hate to say it. Let's talk baseball futures. How about no?
We'll get there.
Soon.
We'll get there soon enough.
Soon. Jovan he'll force me against my will. We'll do them. Don't worry. All right.
Let's take the Rangers under and call it a day. All right. We can move on.
Let's move on to who's hot, who's not for CBB. All right. Jovan, why don't you get us started? Who's hot right now in college basketball?
Yeah. I'm going to give two here. I think you are too. But honorable mention kind of first one is Hofstra, who came out and they beat not only a Charleston team, which RIP our little wagon for a little bit, but they also came out and beat a really good UNCW team. Then they go into this conference race, which other than that one little kind of flop, I guess, that a lot of people were on Towson in that game, they beat them by 20. Sitting one game back of all those teams, and they got a really, really easy schedule going forward. So I would really want to keep my eye on Hofstra as a bid stealer, a potential bid stealer in this game. Especially, going to Charleston and winning is absolutely no joke, especially kind of outscoring them in a 166 total game, which it's kind of beating them at their own games. Really impressive. So I'm going to go with Hofstra. Then I'm also going to talk about Tennessee because I wasn't completely sold on this team, I guess, in non-conference for a while. And their defense, I know they're playing some pretty bad offenses in LSU and a couple of different teams in the SEC. Because the SEC, shout out the SEC too, they suck. 7-3 Big 12. But this Tennessee defense is legit. And in this SEC conference where I'm not really impressed by anybody, to be honest with you, other than Alabama, they should be able to roll. And this defense can keep them in pretty much any game. And they're playing really well right now, so I love Tennessee.
Okay. Yeah, Tennessee, look, that line moved in reverse on Saturday. I was nervous. I held put, trusted the guts with Tennessee being the better team, and they sure as hell were. This team is scary. This Tennessee team is scary. One of the best defenses, if not the best defense in college basketball, right? And Vescovy hasn't even played great yet. So that's a recipe for a team being able to even level up even more. And that's the kind of guy who I expect to get his head on straight, expect him to get healthy and play better in the second half of the season. He is the leader of that team. But they have an incredible point guard right now, keeping them afloat. They have an incredible defense. They have a great coach. Yeah, Zakai Ziegler is so nice. He is so underrated still. That guy's a winner. He's a closer. I want the ball in that kid's hands at the end of a game. He doesn't get nervous. He's got ice in his veins. Him and Vescovy, they could win the whole thing. Who knows?
Yeah, they do. They do have these games where they just can't score, which is it's probably an issue come March. But when you're playing Mississippi State, LSU, Georgia, who you're going to put up, the most points they put up in that between the three of them were 59.
Yeah.
And other than, like I was saying, other than Bama, other than the occasional Auburn outburst. Nobody's really going to score points against them in the SEC. I mean,
Right.
other than I guess you can throw Missouri in that too, which good one for them this week. But who's scoring in the SEC against them?
Yeah, good win for Missouri. Wasn't going to bring it up, but good win there at home. Look, Isaiah Mosley's back, by the way.
Yeah.
He's back. That's huge for them.
It
The one guy on their team before the season who I thought would be good, turns out it was everybody else. So if he can get going, I mean, my goodness, that team could still cause some issues. No, they got off to an unrealistic hot start. We know they're not that good of a team, but they have a decent coach, and their team is just fine. And they could still make the tournament, in my opinion. I still think they will. And that's a team that could beat or lose to anybody. That's going to be a tough team to cap come tournament time. Iowa State drops another tonight. I think so. We'll talk more about that later. Texas Tech back? It could be. All right, who's hot? My turn? Who's hot in CBB? Obviously, you guys got to gas up VT. Not my official pick here, but they're back. Don't let them get hot. It might be too late. Look, they're starting off like they did last year. Same exact fucking thing. Except this year, the competition around them is worse, which gives them an even better opportunity to run the table. All right, hear me out. This team can beat anybody. This team's shooting the shit out of the ball again the last 2 games. They got their swagger back. Basili, shout out Basili for taking the team over and winning that game a couple games ago. They had a great week. They had a great freaking week. They beat Duke, right? And they beat Syracuse at home. And they looked really damn good against a Syracuse team, Jovan, that always beats us, always plays us well. We always play like shit. So for me, that's a big win. We looked great. And now we're going in to play a Miami team on the road, and they're on their heels a little bit right now, I would say. They're not feeling too confident. They've had a couple losses recently. I think VT goes in there and wins this game. But look, it starts with our guy Hunter Couture, who's shooting lights out again. He's getting healthy. He's looking great, all right? It starts with Padula, who can run the point, and I know he's young, and when he goes up matched against a fucker like Kihei Clark, who's 30 years old and probably shouldn't be in college basketball and is a piece of shit, that's when he struggles. But 9 out of 10 point guards he's matched up against, a younger guy, I take Padula. He's a stud. And then you got Justin Mutz and you got Basili, who are starting to play the ball and the brand of ball that they can fucking play, that we know they can play. These guys are studs, right? They got to get their swagger back, and they did this week. This is a team that I would not want to play going down the line. We knew it was in there. We knew it was coming, and it's finally here. Watch out for Mike Young, and watch out for, not Maddox, but our guy MJ Collins.
Yeah,
all right, the freshman
snapping.
4-star. Don't let him get hot. He's been the glue guy for the team this year. Take a seat, Mutz. There's a new guy in town. All right, MJ Collins. And this kid's a 4-star freshman, and he's a fucking beast. All right, so he's been a great addition. Sorry, Darius Maddox, but his ass has been planted on the bench, and it will be for the foreseeable future with this kid being a beast. So don't sleep on the Hokies. Don't let them get hot. Had to go on a little rant there. It feels good that they're back. And then now here's my real team who's hot, Purdue. Not a hot take. All right, not as fun of a pitch. All right, but look, guys, I was telling Jovan before we hopped on here. Is there a team? Is there anybody who's going to knock out this Purdue team before they get to the Sweet 16 at minimum? I don't think so. I think Zach Edey pretty much gets you a fucking Disney Fast Pass to the Sweet 16, maybe further. Jovan, this kid keeps getting better and better, and my God, he's annoying. And you know what? He might not be fun to watch. He's slow. He's boring. But you know what? I'm coming around to him. He's dominant, and he plays winning basketball. And him, and I hate to say it, but him and Lawyer run some of the best pick and rolls. I feel like I'm watching the Wizards with John Wall and the Polish Hammer, Marcin Gortat from back in the day. You remember that fuck? The Polish white dude with the spike? There's a flash from the past. They used to run the best pick and roll I've ever seen, where the Polish Hammer would just get in everyone's ways and fucking body him. John Wall just dribbles like a little guy right behind him. Next thing you know, he's at the rack dunking. That's what this team's doing, where they just hide Lawyer behind him, and he just sets a fat pick that knocks out like 3 dudes. Next thing you know, Lawyer's getting a fucking reverse layup to the rack. Yeah. It's a system that works. Nobody gets to the rack more than this Purdue team, which come March time, that's the team I want my coins on. A team with veteran guys who's at the free throw line, because that's how you get extra points. Look, Zach Edey, boring. I'm tired of talking about him. The guy's coming off a 38-piece against Michigan State when all the sharps were saying this is a bad matchup. They barely beat him the first time. Zach Edey took that personally. All right. And he just dropped a 38 piece on your head. This kid is a walking 30 piece, a walking 15 rebounds every game. And I don't know if we're going to see another dominant guy like this ever again in college basketball. I really don't. It's history in front of our eyes. He's Yao Ming 2.0, and he's a Disney fast pass to the Sweet 16 because they're going to play a St. Peter's type in round 1 that doesn't have a center, and Zach Edey's going to win that game 1v5, and he'll probably do the same thing in the next round.
Yeah.
This Purdue team is the best team in the country. I don't care how they're playing. I don't care what other teams are doing around them. This is the best team in the country. They are.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Can argue.
Who said Bacot is better? Get him out of here.
Yeah. Let's be real.
Come on, man.
Let's be real. Bacot is fantastic, but he is not better. Like let's be real. If there's one player that you want in college basketball to put on your team and be dominant the second he touches the ball, the second he gets on the court, it's not Armando Bacot. It's not. Yeah, that's pretty much the equivalent.
Edey could average 20 in the NBA. I'll believe that when I see it. He's a dominant college player. He's still slow. And when he gets matched up against a guy like Bam Adebayo, I think he might get his lunch money taken still, but we'll see.
We'll see.
He might
He's
be
getting better. He's getting better. I mean, as it goes on, which
100%.
is
And
good
look,
to see for NBA development.
You know what, man? I wouldn't be surprised if his bitch ass came back for another year. I wouldn't. Would you put it past him? Look at his progression year in year. Freshman year when he was fat and slow. Sophomore year, he started to play good basketball. This year, he's cut up. He could play almost 30 minutes. And he's a freaking stud. He's quicker, right? He's moving faster. He's dunking harder. He's just better. If he comes back next year, he's, a top 10 pick in the draft. If he goes this year, he's a first-round pick. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the thing, though, like, yes, you want to see him be dominant, I guess, against bigger teams or against bigger bigs. But, like, coming back for college, yes, he can get better fundamentally, but he's still not playing those guys necessarily. So, like, I don't know what it would do for him coming off of a Wooden Award year for him to come back.
Yeah. If he ends up winning Player of the Year, it's like, how much better can you get?
I mean, I haven't even seen the odds, but I can guarantee you they're probably too cheap.
Yep. He's Taco Fall slow. I would say he was Taco Fall slow last year.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I like what I'm seeing, and he's getting better every year, and he's getting faster every year, which is it's pretty much the only important thing for him at this point is just getting faster and in better shape, and he's doing it. He's doing everything he needs to do. Dickinson did good against him, only 5 points in the second half, ended with 19. Yeah. Are you saying Dickinson ended with a 19 piece? So it's an interesting matchup when they go against each other. I mean, Dickinson will pull him out a little bit and shoot some more threes. So if he's making his threes, great. If he's not, then he's going to look like shit. Where's Drew Timme been? He's been silently doing him. He's still him. He's still
just
balling.
nobody else on that team that's consistent.
It's like, and he's playing up against fucking me and Jovan. It's like you're. I know their conference is way better this year, but Zach Edey's going against some of the best teams every week. Gonzaga's going against the best teams, once a year. So it's really tough. And I think we can all agree that he's probably not going to be the best NBA player, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's not. Who do you got for who's not? Speaking of the WCCs.
Yeah,
who do you got for who's not?
Speaking of them, the WCC defenses. So I was looking at this because people who at least know what I bet as far as props know that I target teams like Pepperdine and San Diego very, very often. They played this week and I had something in that because their defenses are bad. And when I look at this, and this is not just taking note of them watching the game, but this is for props. This is to take note of totals as well. When you look at pretty much anybody that is not St. Mary's, I went back and I looked a little bit. The last 2 weeks, going back to January 14th, overs are 13-4 in WCC games, which is absolutely insane. Which I'm taking St. Mary's out of that because they're probably the only good defensive team, or at least the best by a wide margin in that conference. BYU is probably the closest to it, and they're not even that good defensively if you watch the games. But start taking note of this because defenses are not playing, especially when you talk about Pepperdine, you talk about San Diego, you talk about Portland. The Zags are even better now. It's still bad. So I will be targeting a lot of props, a lot of totals, because there is nobody stopping anybody in this conference. So be on the lookout for that for sure.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I've seen it myself, these late night games. It's not a lot of defense. Pepperdine is the biggest culprit. I've never seen them guard a guy, ever.
It just doesn't happen.
They're atrocious.
Shout out our man Marcellus Erlington too for San Diego. That guy, if he's up, I'm taking him. No matter who he's playing, unless it's St. Mary's. I really don't care. He is absolutely unreal right now. He's dominating in every form, every facet. So been hooping.
Our guy Sintroid in chat saying this is the worst Zags defense in 7 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Times are changing.
Yeah, maybe
with points. A team who is not hot is Fresno State. Well, they kind of just suck.
Yeah, they're kind of bad.
They kind of just suck. Look, they don't have Orlando Robinson anymore, and he was pretty much the whole team, and they stink. Yeah, it's not really. I wouldn't even say they're not hot right now. I'd say they're just not very good. I got a who's not for you. Auburn.
Sure.
Auburn basketball. Bruce Pearl. I'm sorry, brother. I would love to grab a beer with you. I'd love to grab a couple beers with you, Bruce Pearl. He's one of the most exciting, fun coaches out there. He's a nut, right? Taking his shirt off, being a freak, whatever. Look, their team stinks. That's a huge issue. You're not going to really be seeing Bruce Pearl, taking his shirt off, going nuts in the crowd anytime soon. Not when you're losing to teams like Texas A&M and West Virginia back to back. Okay, not when your best player is a 5'7" transfer from a mid-major. And then your second best player is a center who transferred from a mid-major who's a little softer than we all expected, I think. They're in trouble. This roster is not it, unfortunately. Look, they have a great coach. They have a great, defense at home. They win games at home. But, how long can you just rely on Wendell Green to be your entire offense? I don't know. You're gonna face a team that eventually just starts double covering them. And then who are you left with? You're left with Jalen Williams, Katie Johnson, Janai Broom. It hasn't been working, really. And I've been pretty disappointed with this Auburn team. Now, I don't really think they have the roster, so I'm not really even putting it on the players. But Janai Broom has been a disappointment. Wendell Green has been great. All right, I'll give him that. But he can't win these games on his own anymore. He can't. All right? They need more. So I'm pretty disappointed in Auburn. They have a very big week coming up here. I got their schedule. Where is it at? They play Georgia at home, and then they have to go to Tennessee on the road. Good luck with that, boys. Big game this week, big get-right game against Georgia. I would not be surprised to see them blow out Georgia, a team I think is overrated, and then maybe get back on track and cover at Tennessee, but that's going to be a tough one. It's now or never for Bruce Pearl, and they're on the downside. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm disappointed. I am.
Yeah.
You agree?
They're not very good, to say the least. And I guess we can kind of segue that right into performances of the week, because that's my guy right here.
Sure.
Eric Stevenson, who absolutely hooped in this game. I'm trying to pull up the little clip we have here.
It was like watching an NBA game. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the dude was just absolutely unreal. I mean, this is just some of the examples, but like,
he was feeling himself. I need to see some of the threes. They got
30. Yeah, I mean, he's got plenty of it, but 31 points, 7 of 10 from 3 from a guy who's been, I would say, pretty disappointing in a lot of stretches this year. Just watching him, he just disappears from a lot of games. That's just kind of what he does. But from this game, this was probably the most complete performance I've seen from obviously him, but really a lot of this whole offense. He was an absolute bucket, and he looked like he was shooting beach balls. Like, look at that shit. Like, what business does he have?
He was jacking up threes, and I kept going, no, and then it would go in. I'd be like, yes.
Yeah,
I'm like, what are you doing, buddy?
It was ridiculous.
He kept going in.
He's a streaky guy, 100%. But what he was doing in this game, just taking it over, it's not something that I expected from Eric Stevenson. That's for sure. And look at him; he's getting cocky, and he
was talking so much shit at halftime. I was like, I might have to cash out because he thinks the game's over. He was talking more shit at halftime than I've ever seen.
It was unreal. He deserved it, though. So, I mean, shout out him. 31 points on 7 threes. What a performance. Shout out him for getting the Big 12 Challenge started off right, too. That was a big win. Big win.
For sure.
Really didn't cover.
For sure. Okay. All right, I got one. I got a video, too. Imani Bates. When's the last time you guys heard Imani Bates get brought up? Not much. Goes to show you how their team's doing. Look, they stink. And he's been playing like shit a lot. But I'm going to mute this. We don't really need the sound here. Imani Bates has been a freaking beast, bro. He came off a game, a 40-burger this week, if you will. Jovan, he had the last 26 points in the first half for Eastern Michigan. No one else on the team even thought about shooting when this kid goes off and dropped 20 points in a row to end the first half. It was something I've never really even seen before in college. I'll be completely honest with you. There we go. I also didn't know how to get out of there. But he dropped 29 straight points.
Unreal.
29. He ended the day with 43 points, 9 of 14 from 3, 15 of 23 from the field, played the full 40 minutes, didn't come out. They still lost, by the way, if you're wondering. They still lost because the Bradley Beal effect, when you try to do this shit, your team never wins, right? I don't think he cares. I don't think the team cares. I think he's at the point where he's going to get his shots up now, considering he just put up 18 shots in his most recent game and played more like shit. Anyways, he still deserves to be credited for this performance. Anybody dropping 29 points in a row is going to be an NBA player. Him to have that confidence, him to have those moves back to back to pull out something different out of your bag in a 10-minute span where you're dropping 30 points in a row.
Yeah,
that's an NBA player. Don't care what you say about him. You can judge his character. You can judge him moving around. You can judge him picking this school and not really being that consistent. He's not, but he's going to get a shot at the NBA because not a lot of people can do that.
No.
Not a lot of people can put up 40 points in a game. So shout out to Imani Bates, 40-burger, and honorable mention. Shout out Grant Sherfield from Oklahoma. Yeah. That kid's a fucking beast. And he won that game for them this weekend, too. And that kid can go out there and get 30 points any game, too. He's special. He was hot this weekend.
Yeah.
So shout out our guy Sherfield as well. All right?
100%.
Cool. Yeah, Stevenson was the guy, though. That's probably the best answer, in my opinion. Bates has microwave 6-man bucket vibes written all over him. Yeah.
He does.
Yep. And he's the perfect build for what teams are looking for now. Lengthy guy, wing, who can, dribble, do it all. He can do everything. Okay. Let's talk about this week a little bit. All right? Enough of last week. All right? Let's talk about some CBB for this week, Jovan.
Yeah.
What do you got for game of the week in CBB?
Yeah, so I'm going to stick a little mid-major. I'm going to go with this right here, FAU at UAB.
Sure.
Because this is, I believe, Thursday. FAU is going to UAB, and it's an FAU team who I don't really know. I've seen like a lot of lists on a lot of broadcasts and everything talking about the best mid-major team. I don't know why it's even a discussion that it's not St. Mary's at this point, but for some reason it is. And FAU, I think they're up to 19 now in the rankings. I have been a little less than impressed with, I guess, with what they've done the last couple of weeks. Skated by a lot of games, played a lot of close games, needed a lot of big second-half surges, so – they're winning games, and this last game against UAB that they played was super exciting. Awesome game. It was 88-86, back and forth all the way. I think it's going to be more of the same, and now they're going into UAB on the road, tough place to play. This is kind of their prove-it game. If they're going to be kind of that team that's going to be a pretty trendy upset pick, they're going to be the team that's contending with St. Mary's for best mid-major, which I don't think they are just yet, even if they win the game. But this is a really, really big game. It's probably the best, at least mid-major kind of, or most important mid-major game of the week, I think. And I know you're going to talk about another one that's technically mid-major, but maybe a better game. But I think this one is super, super important.
Okay. Yeah, guys, the AP poll did just drop. We can go over that in a sec. My game of the week. I got two. I got one tonight. I got one later this week. Tonight, Baylor versus Texas. Big battle down there in your state.
Yeah.
Pretty nuts. I don't know. I mean, we're going to talk about this game more in depth, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on this right now. But, I mean, this is going to be a good one. Baylor's guards have been going off, and I don't really know if anybody can slow them down. But Texas is a team that, could barrel down the hatches defensively and potentially cause some problems here. I know you were talking about it. You think Texas might squeeze this one out. You don't know if they'll cover. Definitely a tough spot. We'll dive into it more later.
Yeah.
But look, that's going to be an incredible game tonight. 2 ranked teams going at it, and I think it'll go down to the wire. I really do.
Yep.
And then another game this week that is a must-watch, absolute must-watch. It is Gonzaga at St. Mary's. Guys, St. Mary's is legit. I don't know how much we got to talk about this, but their defense is legit. They're well-coached. They're consistent. They have a decent point guard. They don't have a 35-year-old point guard anymore who was there for 10 years, but they got new bloods, and they are good. And this St. Mary's team could definitely beat a Gonzaga squad that's, like we already talked about, their defense has seen better days, and overall, I think it's kind of a down year for that team. So that's going to be a hell of a game. I would not be surprised to see the line be closer to a pick'em when it comes out, and I think people will be a little surprised. St. Mary's gets some serious respect from the analytics nerds.
I think it's going to be favored
everybody.
by a couple points, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be.
And it's not something people are used to, but it's coming. It's here.
Yeah.
And it honestly, St. Mary's might be better right now. They might be a better team.
I don't think there's any might be. They're better. And yeah, I definitely, Sealord definitely came around to St. Mary's. I was very bullish on them at the beginning of the year because they couldn't score. And I know they're playing worse defenses now, but they've definitely looked a lot better and a lot more dominant for sure.
Yep. Who do you have for the best bounce back spot this week in college basketball? Who's making a comeback? Who is getting a must-win game this week?
Yeah. So this one's more centered on, I guess, line-wise, what I expect. And I'm going to go with Alabama, coming off of that drubbing in the SEC Big 12 Challenge against Oklahoma in Oklahoma, which that was a really shocking game. Shout out Brent Sherfield again. He's absolutely dominated that game, but Bama looked horrible. And who better to bounce back again than Vandy? And I think we're going to see a pretty big line for this one. And I think Bama just absolutely kicks shit out of them. And they did. I guess the score in that game that they played earlier this year is a little deceiving because it was a 25-point game for a majority of the game. Vandy made it close kind of towards the end. I don't think that happens in this game. I think Bama absolutely rolls with a Vandy team who they've been playing a lot of really close games, especially on the road recently. They've been covering some double-digit spreads, which, again, I don't think that's going to continue. I think this is a really, really good get-right spot for Bama, and I will probably be on the spread, whatever the points are.
Okay. Gosh, Brandon Miller, great name, even better player. Who are you drafting? Okay, Wembanyama, you're probably drafting first. Who's the other dude who's in the G League who has a weird name, who's probably going second? He's kind of a lock. You know what I'm talking about? His name's like Shaky Mitts or something. Scooty.
Oh, Scoot Henderson.
Sure, I was close.
Yeah.
Shaky Mitts, Scoot Henderson, sure. Yeah, he's pretty much a lock to go number 2. Scoot, sure. Thank you, chat.
Yeah.
Sharpest chat around. They're pretty much locked for 1 and 2. But look, man, how do you let Brandon Miller go outside your top 5?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I think he is probably that number 3 option after those two.
Yeah.
I don't really even know if there's anybody that you can argue.
They like the Shaky Mitts comment, bro. I was
Yeah.
close, man. That was a real attempt. All right. Look, you can only memorize so many fucking college basketball names. You guys know that. We know who these guys are. All right? You can't memorize.
In college, you get a pass.
That is true. Yeah, he skipped.
Yeah,
He
I mean,
cheated.
for
That's
guys
for
out
another time, but
for guys out of college, like I don't see anybody who you can really argue to go above him. Maybe then I think I've seen projections like Nick Smith, who was supposed to go above him, like at a point. I don't think you can really do that anymore.
Nick Smith will probably still be a top 10 pick. He's really
He'll
good.
be a top 10 pick. Yeah, I don't know about above Brandon Miller though. I mean, he's got the size, he's got the frame that NBA really, really likes. Is kind of that tall, lanky stretch 3, I guess he really is, but he can play really anywhere. He can defend any part of the ball. It's like he's really, really good. He would be my top college pick out of the draft right now.
Okay. Book it with Vegas. There's no other way you could have worded that, brother.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, maybe at least switch up the order.
Come on now, brother. Gigi Jackson could be bottom end of lottery. Yeah, Gigi Jackson needs to hope he just gets drafted at this point. We might be seeing Gigi Jackson in college again next year at this rate. Although he'll probably get picked in the second round if I had to guess, and he'll be fine. He's so athletic. He just
Yeah, he is.
he doesn't give a fuck about winning or that score or that team. It's if you want like I am not kidding, and I know this was their worst game of the year when they lost at George Washington, right? You can't lose to George Washington when you're an SEC team. I don't care what the scenario is, but when I tell you that it was like he was on an island and didn't speak to anybody on the team, didn't warm up with anybody, I am not making it up. It was weird as shit. And I don't know. I mean, maybe he's not the greatest team player. He doesn't play like it. He kind of just stands off in the corner and jacks up threes when they go down 10 points.
Yeah.
But he's got the build to be a freak, and he's only 19, so let's give the kid a break. We'll leave it at that. All right. My bounce back spot of the week, right? We got a good one this week, man.
Yeah.
Kansas State at Kansas. All right. Look, I know Kansas is coming off a win, right? So you could say they already bounced back, but they also lost to Kansas State for the first time since Nam already this season. So, okay, thank you for repeating that. I appreciate it, Trent. Trent has you guys can't see him. He's fucking laughing like a 3-year-old. Oh, he turned off his camera, that fuck. He's laughing like a 3-year-old in a chair at that joke. Stop turning your camera off. Is that a good one? Miller Blackdick, top 5? Yeah.
Can you just lock in, dude? It's a big week, and I'm going to be tailing some college b-ball, so I hope you're on your fucking A game.
I mean, 18-5 this weekend. I did send you 2 losers, but 3 winners.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're moving. We're grooving. All right, we got some plays today we like as well. So we're going to be okay.
No
You're rocking
NHL.
the Krabs sweatshirts. You'll be fine. No NHL?
No NHL, dude. It's All-Star break.
Oh, that's why you want to bet on the kids, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I'm in Pitt. No, I actually got paid
resort.
by the bookie for the first time, and I couldn't even tell you.
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about. They said it couldn't be done.
Yeah. But you know what you got to do now? Go get in the lab for the Go Well. Next year's Go Well.
Why would you tell them? Why would you tell them? Why would you tell them?
Yeah, you can put our favorite prop with Herbert Yards for next year.
Oh, yeah?
Should be safe.
Safe to say you'll be leaving Tom Brady out this year.
Wait, they already have the lines for the goat whale?
Yeah. No, they're not joking. Yeah, that's people in chat have been saying tell Trent to get to get in the lab for the goat whale. Like it's and they don't even have MLB props up yet for the year, do they?
I know.
This is some bullshit.
This is crazy.
I need to take Aaron Judge under home runs like yesterday. This is some BS. Like I need it in my life. I need DeGrom under Ks. I need Judge under home runs.
Dude, give me Tom Brady something. I'm taking
No, dude. What the fuck? What? You ruined your life this year playing like shit.
Dude, they already have.
It wasn't just him though.
That's crazy, dude.
It's wild.
That is so wild.
Gal works harder, but Prize Picks works even harder. Nuts.
Put the MLB props up. Fuck.
I know.
Seriously, dude. It's honestly kind of BS. It's getting to the point you might need to make a call. Because we need them.
They need to speed it up. They're not supposed to come up for a while. Like until we get to like WBC time.
Yeah.
Was always the Leafs and Chiefs.
Leafs, Chiefs.
Well, who you got in the bowl? Are you releasing that info yet? Who you got in the bowl? Or are you
I have
gonna
the
wait?
Eagles.
Okay.
Yeah.
I honestly think you're on the right side there. I'm pretty blown.
Wow.
I think the Eagles get it done. I think I don't care if he's got no fucking legs. I don't care what Mahomes is doing. Him being a dog, it tells me everything I need to know. I don't care who won last time. I don't care who's hurt, who's not. That is something. And a 4-point line move in 30 minutes.
Wow.
I'd like to be on that side of the line move, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. It'll probably be Eagles ML for the kid.
Good.
Hate to say it. But,
Jonathan Taylor. Oh, Derrick Henry unders.
You know he's soaring next year now.
You send a revenge. You send a revenge goat whale with like everyone's unders who lost last year, and they all just soar over.
Yeah, Derrick Henry already scored 4 touchdowns. Week 1.
Oh, god damn it. All right, I'll let you guys get back to the CBB labs.
You're going to hear a lot about Baylor and Texas tonight.
What's
right?
the move?
We need to figure out. I don't even know. That's a tough one. Jovan, you think Texas wins? They might not cover. It's -4, the worst.
I'm getting kind of the same feeling that I did for West Virginia Auburn, which I mean they probably should have covered that game, but it didn't by the hook.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of feels the same to me.
What's the spread?
Very curious.
4.
Who's
Texas
fair?
-4 at home.
Texas.
Oh, Texas -4 at home. I hate -4 in college b-ball.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Free throws, man. They come into play for that.
Yeah, they do. Well,
But,
my theory last year was never take a -4 on the road, but Texas is at home tonight.
they're home.
They are.
Baylor's been on fire as well, so that helps.
Yeah.
Texas might be a little public, but they're coming off a beatdown, so I don't know. It's probably Texas or nothing, but it might be don't fear the juice and embrace it, like our guys were saying in chat, and just lay the ML and just grow up.
Yeah. It could be a
I know you
move.
got no problems with that.
No. Javon, we sold against Mississippi State on Saturday, bro. And live nuked them like 4 times.
Why?
Because I was at the bar with my friends watching the game. And
You're telling me you live nuked TCU, which started the game without Eddie Lampkin. Mike Miles' knee went into shreds 2 minutes into the game.
It doesn't matter.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah. Then we had who else got hurt? Somebody else got hurt. I mean, Shahada Wells got hurt for a little bit. We were missing a lot of guys. We played with like 7 guys, which became 6. Like,
I don't know. Thought we had that frog magic in us.
Yeah, I mean, if we're healthy, probably win that game. But I'm really hoping the game tomorrow gets canceled, which would be great.
Yeah,
Why would
you
it get
guys need
canceled?
some help.
Weather.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we got classes and everything canceled for today and probably the next 2 days because it's going to be icy and snowy. So one less game without Mike Miles would be nice. That'd be awesome. But
Yeah.
Mike
I will
Miles.
be putting a future on you boys, but if you're going with no Mike Miles the next 2 weeks, and I mean I'm looking at your schedule, you guys got to go play. You got to play at Kansas State. You got to play Baylor at home, and you got to play at Iowa State. I mean that's
Yeah,
if
you
you
can
don't
wait-
have
you
Mike
can wait
Miles
until
for those. I'll be waiting until after to take in the future, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I honestly don't know who they're going to beat without Mike Miles. Out of like up until that point, I really don't.
But afterwards, if you guys can still sneak in, this TCU team is legit. And they could, if they're healthy, they could literally win the whole thing. I mean, John Rothstein is absolutely slurping TCU right now, which is a good sign. So,
Yeah.
get healthy, you guys can make a run. But this year's March Madness is going to be fucking nuts, dude. Just pick every underdog.
Chat, I had a POD that was not on the prize fix board today. I had no idea why, so I made a corp text, got it added. Jalen Williams over rebounds. They had everything else but his rebounds, which was odd. But they just added it to 4. That's the POD. And I've been on SGA every game. I've never seen his number at a flat 31 before. How weird is that?
Jesus.
So he's ending with 31, huh?
Yeah.
Probably.
Hard to
Wow.
expect.
Dude, did you see how
Is
the
that
super
Jalen
goes?
Williams?
Yeah. Jalen Williams rebounds.
Word.
Did you see how the Super Goats lost on Saturday night?
I did. I saw that.
Tatum at 30 had 30 and a half, bro.
It's wild.
Every
That was
other leg green. Pissed.
I mean, you'd rather lose by 20. You'd rather have every leg lose than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, even got
That's
OT.
disgusting.
Or
Even
chance.
got
Supposed to get
blessed.
5 of the 6.
Even got blessed with OT, dude.
Yeah. Unreal.
Jesus.
Piss. All right, I'll let you guys get back to it.
Okay.
All right.
Well, keep your ears peeled for the Baylor and Texas talk because I need to
Oh,
know
yeah.
what the
I'm
Spurs are.
listening.
All right.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
listening.
All right, brother.
We'll be sees.
We will.
Peace. Damn, I didn't know he lost by that, man.
Yeah, it was a
Tatum
tough
is
one.
allergic to the fourth quarter. Has he been kind of shaky late? People are saying
Yeah.
he's not him. Has he not been closing out games this year?
No, he's been selling a lot of people come late game for sure.
Okay. Well, that probably won't last. Tatum is, I mean, one of the biggest bucket getters I've ever seen in my life. He's just.
Yeah.
He's
We're
the
talking
guy.
about people selling people. This is Prize Pick's biggest employee right here. That you
I like
finally
me some
have-
Ricky Council when he's on and when he's trying to score.
Yeah, I mean against Baylor he was fantastic, but it's just every couple of games we get that Ricky Council. That dude,
Yep.
he literally is Prize Pick's biggest employee for college squares, which I haven't really been taking him, but I just see the bitching on the timeline every single time the dude plays.
All right. We've got some work to do. We've got upset alert. We got to go
Yeah.
through. Upset alert. Who do you got this week? Who is on their heels? Who's on upset alert?
Go with Indiana. because they're
Red
kind
hot.
of like if we were to do this, yeah, they're really hot. And if we were to do this, kind of talking about the weekend stuff, I'll put them on the other side of this. I'll put Purdue on upset alert because I think they do have a really good shot to win that game at home. It's going to be a massive game. Indiana's been fantastic. When you talk about a look ahead spot with that game looming, you play a Maryland team on the road who is sneakily they've been playing a little better themselves. Oh, there you go. You got the new AP poll out, but yeah, I mean this is kind of the definition of a look ahead game for me. And we go into this game, I wouldn't be shocked to see a really weird line, or at least it seems like it, with Maryland favored. Like I said, they've been playing really well as of recently. Indiana's looked unbeatable. So I wouldn't be shocked for them to really slip at this game on the road before going and possibly beating Purdue this weekend.
That's a tough spot.
Yeah.
We know College Park gets litty. We know College Park, they got some magical powers, no matter how good or bad the team is. That could be causing some issues, to say the least. And gosh, this AP poll is litty. We lost a couple mid-majors this week, guys. We lost Charleston. Sad. We lost New Mexico. Sad. Have a feeling those two teams will be back. All right. Who else did we lose this week? Nevada. I don't know if they were ever ranked, but now they're getting votes. Nevada, Oral Roberts, and St. Louis all got, a vote or two this week. So good for them. St. Louis getting a vote is ridiculous still. I know they're playing better, but my goodness. And yeah, our guy in chat is making me want to double down on Maryland this weekend. Sure. Sure. Auburn is still ranked. Guys, don't take the AP poll that seriously, to be completely honest with you. There's better stuff to look at. But it does come out every Monday during our show, so we like to show it, and it is, the number one ranking, but it's, they're not perfect. They give teams the benefit of the doubt who have big names, who have been good for a while, like a team like Auburn. So,
yeah.
Is Auburn a top 25 team in the country right now? Probably not. But with Bruce Pearl, and out of respect for that program, I think they'd rather keep a team like that ranked than, put in a Charleston who maybe you'll end up losing again this week and out, and then they'll look like an idiot. So I think that's probably why they go with a team like Auburn still ranked. But in my opinion, I'd rather see a team like College of Charleston, who's a freaking wagon and awesome to watch, be ranked and respected,
Yeah, of course.
FAU still ranked at 19. St. Mary's finally getting some respect. They're 18. Miami's still ranked at 23. Good for them for now until VT goes on the road and beats them this week. TCU still ranked. They got to hold on, right, with their injury shits. Just hope Mike Miles comes back.
Yeah.
Iowa State still ranked too, for now. Tonight could be weird. And yeah, Jeff, Tennessee, man, they are legit. They are legit. And hey, Oral Roberts getting votes is wild. Yeah, but they've been balling and they've been winning. So that's another program that gets some respect as well. All right, upset alerts. I got a couple. I got one tonight. I got one early this week. I got UVA and Syracuse tonight. I think Syracuse might win this game tonight. All right? It's a system play, first of all, so I'll be on Syracuse spread. Take the points. Don't be a heathen. Don't be a caveman. Be smart. All right? Take the points when you can. Upset alert, though. UVA tonight. The zone versus, the GOAT defense, you could say here. These teams play each other a lot, right? We know. They know each other. Two great coaches going at it here. And, hey, I think this line's a little short. I'll be honest with you. UVA, a little different from years past. They're scoring some points. But, hey, Girard's, he can go ahead and get his whenever. Syracuse has a big man who averages like 3 blocks a game, right? That could cause some issues for UVA in the paint. And they are coming off of 2 back-to-back losses. I'm not really sure why this line is only at 5. I'll be completely honest with you. UVA owns this series. They've won the last 4 pretty easily, and they're on fire right now. We know they're still ranked. I mean, UVA is that team right now. There's no way they lose to Syracuse right at the end of Boeheim's run here. Give me Girard. Give me the home team. We know the fucking dome is going to be, the Carrier Dome, whatever the heck they call it now, is going to be absolutely bonkers tonight. And that's a tough place to shoot. So I think it'll be a defensive battle, right? But give me Syracuse, give me the points here at home. I think UVA potentially loses in the ACC tonight. And then little Uncle Phil bonus pick here, VT at Miami, like I already mentioned. I don't think Miami's looking too confident, too good, and I think VT could beat anybody right now. So I think we go down there, and I think we beat Miami this week. I think that game's on Tuesday. All right? Yeah, UVA won the first game by 7, sure. Whopper, sure. Love it. Okay. What does our guy have? Second half plays. He's got a first half over. Zone dismantled. God, I hate that guy. Give me Syracuse at home. UVA is on upset alert. Agree, disagree? What do you think?
I like Virginia tonight, personally.
Well, that's not tonight, but...
Or not. Yeah, it is, right?
Oh, I'm a bot.
Yeah.
It is tonight. I thought you said VT.
Yeah, not VT. Not VT.
You like UVA tonight?
I do.
Wow. Well, that's not good.
Yeah. I mean, we can hop right into that if you want, but...
Sure.
I like VT or Virginia because I think looking back at that first game, it was a 7-point game where we got like really aggressive and on point play from both Gerard and Judah Mintz, I guess you can say too. I don't know if we're going to get that. I think we get more kind of aggressive play from Jesse Edwards, which I don't think is necessarily a great thing against that pack line team. So I just don't know. It's a lot to expect from Gerard. Like, he's going to put up his shots no matter what, but he did really well against that back line defense, and I think they're going to make adjustments today. And I don't think the 5.5 line is necessarily too weird, judging on how that first game went as well. So I don't know. I think it's going to be one that they kind of enforce their will early second half and kind of stay around that 5.5 and then win the game by like 7.
Yeah. And Prize Picks Poppy, I don't really know how that doesn't go over unless he fouls out, which I'm sure will be on Tony Bennett's game plan to get him in foul trouble early and often. Trent, I don't know why second half plays is bitching at you in your DMs, but that guy just sucks. So you can just ignore those, I guess. But he's a scammer. He stinks. But yeah, Jesse Edwards over 9 rebounds. He's getting that. I mean, who's putting up a fight at UVA to get those rebounds? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He had 10 last time? Sure. Did I call him out on Twitter or something? I don't understand. Is he bitching about me? I hope he is. I call that guy all the time, but he blocked me, though, months ago. It's been a while. Yeah, that guy sucks. He's the worst. I've definitely called him out on Twitter before because he deletes his tweets and is one of the most visible scammers I've ever seen. Him and Profit Bets. They probably work as a team. I do kind of like that first half over in Cuse UVA because I hate he's on it. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't take anything he's on. But maybe just stay away from that. But I'll be on Syracuse tonight. It's a system play. I think they get it done. I think they keep it close. I like Gerard to be a sharpshooting assassin at the top of the key. We're going to need him to be splashing, and we're going to need Jesse Edwards to get 3 blocks at least. If he fouls out, this game's probably kicked. So we're going to need those guys to play an almost perfect game, but I think it's possible. I do. I like the way that UVA played in the second half of that game when these guys played first time around.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about more of these games today. All right. Real quick before we do, guys, follow us on Pickett. Not only that, all right, hey, we're doing a very good job of continuing to post on Pickett, right? Not only just linking our plays, but they have a cool feed on there where you guys can talk to us a little more personal, right? So make sure you guys are using Pickett if you want to respond to us or talk to us on stuff. And it's hard on Twitter, right? Use Pickett. Also, use it to just track your own bets and keep yourselves accountable and don't lose all of your coin, right? Got to keep track of how much you're winning and losing because subconsciously your body's not going to want to. But when you use an app like Pickett, you see it every time you log in every day. All right, you don't have a choice. So, keep track of yourself, hold yourselves accountable, don't lose all your coin, and be a responsible bettor in 2023. Download Pickett. All right, promo code BOOKIT, promo code Jovan. All right. Chaka said he sent you something in NHL that raised an eyebrow as well. So
Interesting.
Gerard over 2.5 threes. Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to hit that for them to keep this one close. So give me that. I don't care if it's square. That's hit it. Love it. All right. Also, guys, buy some freaking merch. Buy some freaking merch. Nobody's buying merch. If the bets are hitting, there's no excuses. All right, I'll put the fucking link in chat. All right, so we're working on some more designs going forward, but right now, we've got some simple stuff up there. Get yourself a damn Krabs hoodie. All right, get yourself a damn Book It hoodie. Get yourself a surgical hoodie. All right, those are probably the freshest ones.
Yeah, those are.
Bets ain't hitting. Well, Prize Picks Poppy, they are. That's the thing. All right. Any CB PP locks? I mean, Jovan, you like any props today already or no?
Still digging in. But I'll tell you what, kind of what we were talking about. I do think Jesse Edwards is going to be a little more aggressive than he was in that first game. He only had 4 points in that first game. I think that changes. So I think his boards is a decent look, but I'm almost might go with points. So I'll keep digging into that throughout the day. But that's my only lean so far.
Zach, that's good, man. You're going to be so hungry to find winners this afternoon. You're going to hit every bet. Let me know what you take, bro. All right? Okay. Somebody owes me bread. Sure. All right. W. Alec. Chelly's got his Krabs Bet sweatshirt on. Sure, as he should.
There we
Continue. Jesse Edwards rebounds over 9.5. Feed me. Absolutely feed me. No, we're not taking UKMC today. Why do people keep asking me about UKMC today? We might have to dig into that game a little bit more.
Yeah.
But, guys, the slate today sucks. It is what it is. There's a couple decent games. Why do they not have midday B-ball sweats? I don't know. CBB is right up there with the MLB with just being terribly run, but it's also a college sport, so they get a pass. MLB has no excuses. That's a pro sport. They got to figure their shit out. But,
Krabs, you see
yeah,
this
there
real
should
quick?
be CBB on every day during the day.
You see this? Listen.
What the fuck?
Listen.
Is that right?
I mean, I would assume so, but
I mean,
mean,
mines
you
are
gotta
probably dropping
follow.
around now. Yeah.
Lord, that's
Hold on.
wild.
-6?
That is wild.
Yeah, I'm seeing 6. Line's out for that game.
Jeez.
That's nuts. I mean, you can't even fear the juice and embrace it with that. Can you go scroll back down to that so people know what we're talking about? You can't even fear the juice and embrace it with that. They're -285, dude. Like,
Yeah.
L scroll.
Yeah.
There we go.
I hate these.
Texas just moved to -3.5. Yeah, Trent, no rush on that one, dude. Just
Yeah.
sit back and let's hear some pitches for that. Genuinely, I need to hear the pitches on that.
Ooh. Is that true? Because I love that. We were just talking about it, but kind of figured it would be somewhere around there, but love it. Love it.
Yeah, Maryland did open up -1 at home. Jesus Christ.
Perfect.
Hey, don't let Maryland get hot.
I know they're playing better.
They're playing better. It's crazy what's and look, they don't have the roster yet. They're playing with fucking transfers from the Mount and such, but it's crazy what happens and what a coach can do for you. When you got Bozo McGee running your team for, a decade and nothing gets done, and then you bring in Baldy Willard, who's a king, and they don't have the roster, but you got a way better chance of winning games when you got Baldy than when you have gosh, I don't remember Turgeon. Turgeon was a turd.
Yeah, Mark Turgeon.
Worst. Jameer Young is good. Yeah, he's good.
No, he's been cooking. They're 100% right.
Look, Maryland should be ranked in football and basketball every single year. They have no excuse. The amount of talent in the DMV, football and basketball-wise, for them not to have a ranked team every year is embarrassing. So basketball and football is a better place when Maryland's better. Football, we haven't seen yet, but it's coming. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. We need to get back to the slate today.
That we do.
And we got to stop talking about Sandy over 8Ks. All right? That shit's coming. Also, did you see they misspelled valuable on the fucking trophy?
Like, oh my God, MLB. We can have that discussion another day, but God, they suck.
What are we thinking about Iowa State and Texas Tech?
That's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I don't even want to play the Texas Tech as band card, but it's just I don't know what I want to do with this spot specifically with Iowa State coming off of getting murdered, especially if Caleb Grill still isn't playing.
Yeah.
it's really tough for me to go and back Texas Tech again. Yeah, like if he comes back, maybe I can be a little convinced because the line is short 100%. Playing, they got absolutely hounded defensively in that Missouri State game, or not Missouri State, Missouri game. They looked horrendous. Texas Tech is not going to be as good, but they're going to send some of the same teams, same thing. So I think it could cause them problems. Absolutely. So I want to wait till the Caleb Grill announcement is official, though.
Yeah, I'm looking right now as you're talking. He's still questionable everywhere. For a little bit of a reference, I mean, he's played this season when he's been doubtful and played kind of well. So he's a freak. I'd wait, I guess, if you're going to nuke this game. But the line tells me he's not playing. If he does play, and this is what we're getting, it's going to have to be Texas Tech. And I think you probably agree with that. I'm already on Texas Tech. I got +1.5 last night. They're +1 right now. I still like them. I still support them, whether Caleb Grill plays or not. All right, this is my POD.
Yeah. I
Texas
already
Tech
have.
gets it done.
I texted you this yesterday. I don't know if you saw it or not, but this is what I locked in prior. I locked this in last night. This is what I was on, and the splits are great. It's moving down. I don't know who's going to score, Caleb Grill or not, because this is a team that's going to be very gassed coming off of that performance where they gave everything, looked horrible against that defense. They're pressed pretty much all game. In Texas Tech, if they are going to hang in this game, it ain't going to be 80 to 85. That's just not the style that they want to play. They want to dominate with their bigs, with Fardaws and get O'Banner kind of deep into the paint, stretch the floor as well for some part too. So I don't know who scores. That's what, especially, I mean, these teams are coming off of that Iowa State game soared over by, what was it, almost 20 points. Texas Tech went up against another anemic offense in LSU, and that game soared over by more than 20 points, I believe, or somewhere close to it. So I kind of like that under, especially Pop. I don't know if he's playing. Yeah, it's gone down a point.
Okay. I don't know if Pop Isaacs is going to play.
Yeah, I don't know that either. And I mean, that's another thing.
I really don't think Fardaws is going to play. Fardaws, I don't think we can. I think we can kind of expect him to be out. He's probably going to be out for a little bit.
Interesting.
He's got some leg stuff going on. I don't think it's looking too good. Pop Isaacs on the other hand has a chance. So, would love for him to play. But Jovan, I mean, if those two guys are out and this is the line and Caleb Grills plays, I mean, Texas Tech's gonna have to be a take out alone POD. Caleb Grill probably will play. Pop probably will play, hopefully. And this spread won't be as weird. But look, I really like what I saw at Texas Tech in that last game. I'm trying to put, the first 8 games in the conference in the back seat and not think about those. But I like what I've seen out of O'Banner. I really like what I saw of him in the last game. He played like the O'Banner I know and love. He played like the O'Banner that can win games. All right, not trying to do too much, but still being the leader of the team. They need Pop Isaacs back for this one, though. And I think he'll play. He's got to be playing with this line. Come on.
I don't know. But, I mean, I'm perfectly fine taking O'Banner everything if both of those guys are out. 100%. Because they're going to keep it close. He's going to be on the boards. Nobody else is going to do anything. It's going to be him and Devian Harmon and Jalen Tyson are going to try and do something this game. It's not going to be enough.
Okay. And look, guys, I talked about how when Iowa State lost this weekend, I wanted to fade them. I wanted to take them and take the future on them. But I think I got to wait another night. I mean, this is another potential loss here. We could get a good number. The only future I have locked in right now is Creighton. And I got it at +6,000 before their big win on Saturday, which is huge. I still support Creighton in a future. And look, guys, I'm putting $100 on these futures. I'm not even putting half a unit on them. All right? Because it's college basketball, and this is going to be the craziest March Madness ever. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be the craziest March Madness you guys have ever seen. It's going to be the weirdest March Madness ever. The teams are just too even. All right? And I'll tell you what, that's just how it's going to be. I want Creighton +600 or +6K. All right? Yeah, TikTok Live. Yeah, we'll run a TikTok Live later. All right, we'll dive into all the games. But It's going to be nuts. Creighton's the only team I have a future in right now. Teams I'm looking to take futures in, your TCU Horned Frogs when Mike Miles comes back.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they lose a couple or in the next week or two, not too many, right? But, I'd love to buy stock in that team. And same with this Iowa State team. Maybe they drop this one and I get a future in this week. So stay posted, guys. I'll let you know when I get anything in. Right now, it's just Creighton. All right? Jovan, any of these other games worth talking about? It's pretty much like the Trash Man versus the Uber Eats delivery in most of these. But can you do a quick scroll?
Yeah, we can do a quick scroll.
It's a tough day when, UMKC, the Roos, and you guys know I have a soft spot in my heart for the Roos. It's a tough day when that's, one of the bigger games of the day, UMKC.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Is there anything past these?
No, it's really just these. I tried to look into some of like the SWAC games. Jackson State catches my eye a little bit too. It's more of something that I've noticed when they have kind of higher totals with 140, and we see kind of sharp action too with 27% of bets and 60% of money on those totals. Talked about something similar with the Spurs, and they're in that short game like a while ago.
Holy shit!
Air Force going ahead.
Do you hear that right now?
Oh yeah, it sounds like
holy shit! That was so loud. Yeah, what the fuck? Where they got like I mean, I am right by DC, so my bad. Let me go on mute for a second.
No, it's hilarious. Yeah, fuck Air Force. But we got whenever they're in this higher total games, really like 140 and up, they're covering these games, especially when they're a bigger dog as well. That's something that I've noticed. And some of these games, they're able to shoot. They just come out and have really, really good shooting performances from deep. And it's a Southern team that I'm not really impressed with in any sort of fashion. So, yeah, there you go. I kind of lead Jackson State in that game. As far as other games, kind of lean South Dakota to cover in this game. It's going to be one that they either lose by 10 or they get blown out by 30. I don't know if I have any leans in the rest of these games because they're just so bad. Yeah, it's probably all that I got.
Yeah, 5U on Air Force, sure.
Yeah, there you go.
The hell? Maybe they're trying to fly Biden down to that Baylor Texas game.
Yeah, I guess so.
That could be it.
Maybe so. Somebody said
yeah,
Morgan
these other games
State
blow.
at home. Is
Morgan
that true?
State hasn't lost at home.
Is that true? And their dog?
They're all the Krabs. What does that even mean, bro?
What's second half plays?
Too many. It could be second half plays coming in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to bet any of these SWAC games. I would really like a lean in Baylor, Texas. I'm gonna watch the Surge stream and see what people are on that game. I'm hoping people are on Baylor. Can you scroll over to the right and see what the splits are for the ML? I'm just curious if any team's getting shit nuked. Oh, that's not what I wanted to say. Okay.
Yeah, kind of what you would expect a little bit. Yeah. I don't know.
15 unit no doubter bankroll builder or max play. Not today, brother. Not today. All right. Oh, Morgan State versus Maryland Eastern Shore. God, they're so bad.
Yeah.
They're so bad. Did you see that Wizards comment when you were talking earlier?
What about them?
How the Wizards haven't beaten the Spurs on the road since 2007.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Which is probably the least shocking thing I've ever heard personally, with how terribly coached and our effort levels versus, the best coached, most effort level team in the NBA. Like, it's not really shocking. But I probably wouldn't be going around betting the Spurs today. Although, and Wizards have also from -4.5 to -6. Don't let the Wizards get hot.
Yeah, they've won 5 in a row, which
they're hot.
That would keep me off of it alone because the Spurs have been.
And the Spurs haven't won since 1982.
Yeah, they have lost 5 in a row. So.
All right.
Probably wouldn't go anywhere near them, but this one, I mean, I want to know in chat because I'm literally going through this kind of at the same time as everything because the NBA don't really cap that as much, but this Kings game, this line flipped after they just played. I want to know if you guys know if there's any injury news or anything. They just played. What was it, Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. the Kings were -1, -1.5. T-Wolves won by 1. Game soared under. And the total is back in the same spot, kind of moving up as well. And the line flipped back towards the Kings. So
Yeah, well, Ruby
I'm a little-
Gobert might be out.
it's Gobert.
Gobert is questionable with the groin.
I feel like he's been questionable for a week, though, or 2 weeks, right?
Well, Cat's been out for a while. Ruby Gobert has been he's appeared in the last 4 games. He's been playing. He's been questionable. He's been playing. So you're probably right, Jovan. He's been playing through the questionable designation the last 4 games. So he's probably going to play.
And I mean, even if he's out, like that would explain the line flip, but it wouldn't explain the total being in the same spot. Because the total in that game, I'm looking at it, it was 238. I mean, and this one went up. This one opened 236.5, and it's back up to kind of that same spot after the game went under by more than 10 points. They scored 227 in that game on Saturday.
Yeah.
And there's not even a location flip. It's in the same spot. Both of the games are in Minnesota. So really, that's the game on the NBA slate that confuses me the most and says, this is
trying
weird.
to hit that over, huh?
It's either the over or the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really, I don't know.
Okay.
Depends. I want to see.
Well, it'd be even weirder if Gobert plays and
if
that is that high, because he's a defensive wizard. So.
Yeah, I mean that's what people say. It's really not.
Well, maybe not this year, but
yeah,
over years. I mean, he's been Defensive Player of the Year multiple times.
Yeah,
but he's also a fossil. So maybe it doesn't even matter at all if he's playing. I mean, he's at the end of his career. Let's not.
Yeah, he is a good shot blocker. It's just like, other than that, I've seen the guy just walk around like he doesn't know what he's doing.
T-Wolves' 3rd game in 4 days. Well, that doesn't help, and that definitely moves the lines for sure. Okay. Gobert's most useless center ever. Ever since that man's was touching mics, making jokes, it just hasn't been the same for Gobert. It's been all downhill since the COVID joke. Remember?
Yeah.
He was just grabbing mics at the post game. Turns out he had COVID and got everyone sick. It really just hasn't been the same since then. You know? Yeah, he sits his ass in the paint. I know. Well, yeah, he's not going to be doing any. He's not going to be, dribbling the ball. He started COVID. All right. Well, on that note, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's pick some plays that we like for today. I volunteer Texas Tech. Are you going to be on UVA today?
Probably, yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, definitely we gotta leave that game out because I like Syracuse. I want to put in Texas Tech.
Okay.
What do you want to put in?
The under.
In that game, sure.
Yeah.
What are we sitting at right now?
129.5.
129. Under 129.5. Love it. All right.
Yeah.
What else we want to put in? We want to put in, Texas.
Oh.
What's the ML sitting at?
It's minus 175. I just don't love that.
No.
Oh,
I think we go Texas spread or we don't put it in.
I don't love the spread personally. I don't know about you.
Okay. Why don't we leave it out?
Yeah. You put the Kings. You want to put the Kings in there? I was
going to say, you want to put the Kings or you want to put the over in?
We could honestly put both.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking maybe we only do 3 plays today because the card blows.
Well, these are, I guess, the only 2 games that are pretty centered on. I don't know what else we're going to put in there.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really have anything else, and I don't want to force anything.
Yeah, I'm fine with going Texas Tech in the under and then Kings in the over. We can put those 4 plays in and see what people like the best.
Okay, you got that total up for Sacramento?
237.5.
Over 237.5.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is there one more play we like today or nah?
Not really, to be honest. I wish there was NHL. other than this game that
Yeah, I was
sucks.
gonna say there is one game on today.
One game, but I mean, I
Hmm.
don't know what the hell I'm betting there. I really don't
Okay.
want to bet that game.
Why don't we go with? Why don't we roll with these 4?
Yeah, I'm
No
fine
need to
with it.
force. We
Yeah.
got plenty of options. We'll go with Texas Tech plus 1.5. Iowa State, Texas Tech under 129.5. We'll go Sacramento money line, the Kings, and we'll go Sacramento, Minnesota over 237.5. Hey guys, quality over quantity today. It is Public Monday. It is Public Monday. All right, things tweaking again. Great. Awesome, Josh. Well, can you guys vote in that straw poll, please? Go, go, go. Vote, vote, vote. Go, go, go. All right. Click the bet you think is going to win, not the most exciting bets. I know today it's tough. You know, we're picking from scraps. But I'll tell you what. I love Texas Tech today. Personally, I love Syracuse, but me and Javon are going to have to dive into that one a little bit later. Because I think we have a disagreement. But that's okay. Somebody's winning, you know? I lean the ruse, but I don't want to play that really, to be honest with you. And I don't really like the splits in that game. So if everyone asked me about UMKC, I'd probably personally stay off. So, might be an NBA night tonight. Throwing it all on one parlay, sure. Sure, that'll play out great.
I mean, honestly, on a day like today, we're not promoting much parlays here, but if you can do it responsibly and just kind of accept that the slate sucks, you want to throw a parlay together and just have fun with it, sure.
If it hits, great move. If it doesn't, you're a bot. How about that? All right. Vote successful, sure. Looking at the results right here, and the results. Sacramento's winning. You got 3 minutes to vote, unless you want the Kings in. All right. What's up to Jen? You like the Kings today too? Sure. Good. Good. Hey guys, bringing the energy tomorrow for sure. We have way better games. All right. Today, we got through some of our, weekend recap and, some CBB talk for the week, right? Setting the tone. And hey, you guys know, unfortunately, NFL is coming to a close, right? It's going to be a lot of CBB this week. We're going to be diving back into NHL a little bit, diving back into NBA a little bit too. All right. So bring your thinking caps, bring your questions, bring your bets. As always, bring the energy. All right. We got hell people in here. We got over 500 people in here damn near every day. All right. Trying to find winners. We're all working on the same fucking thing. All right. And that's hitting damn bets. All right. We're working our asses off to do it. We had one heck of a weekend. All right. Let's keep being picky. Let's keep being smart. All right. Not forcing bets. And let's keep, the quality over quantity mentality. All right. Let's keep it moving. We're going to fucking cash today. We're going to fucking cash tomorrow. And we're going to cash the rest of the week. And yeah, guys, college lacrosse is back this weekend. Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. I'm fucking stoked. You guys know we absolutely killed it. Absolutely killed it last year. We're going to kill it again this year. All right? Hey, you guys might not love lacrosse, but you do love winners. All right?
Yeah.
You're going to have to trust the GOAT.
They print.
Javon knows.
Oh, I know. I was telling. I mean,
Javon knows. Javon
can't
was
hate
betting on
on
lacrosse.
green.
He didn't even know what the heck it was.
Yeah. No clue.
East Coast sport only. Hey, they got teams out there in Denver. Sure. See, Lord, appreciate you guys tailing. Hope you guys all tailed this weekend. All right. Let's check the poll. Looking like the Kings are running away with it. All right. It's going to be the Sacramento Kings tonight. We're going to the NBA. All right. For the squad ride. 39, 24, and 1. My goodness. We're hitting 40 wins tonight. Congratulations, guys. Huge.
Whoa.
39, 24, and 1. That is no fluke. That is hard work. And that is you guys coming in here being the sharpest chat I know, bringing winners, bringing the energy, bringing the right questions that need to be asked. All right? Let's have a hell of a week. We had one heck of a weekend. Winners only. All right? Let's keep that same mentality, and let's keep attacking the board this week. Jovan, why not us?
Why not?
Why not us?